Hello, so we are in Edinburgh Botanic Gardens. It's 2020, so I think it's good to mention the year, and it's summertime. So whoever is planning, to do the engagements or proposals, secret proposals, this is for you some guideline. I decided to come out basically to garden and just walk around, and show you a few spots basically where you could do your proposal. It's quite funny story, about the botanics and the possibilities, because you can, if you think that you're just gonna find a spot on the day, that might be quite challenging. And I was like, okay, I had a proposal last summer and it turned to be quite challenging for me to photograph, just purely because the guy was like, look, I'm gonna find a spot, you just follow me. And he was dragging the poor girl for like almost an hour around the botanics, trying to frantically find a space, where he could quietly do the proposal. And I was like, okay. And for me it was quite stressful to photograph that, because I just didn't know where and at what moment this is gonna happen. And I also have to stay quite, kind of secretly, I can't just like be right next to them and keep following them around the garden. That would just be a bit weird. So basically, I'm getting quite a lot of inquiries now, in terms of like the botanics and what can be done, and where we could go. Then I thought, okay, I'm just gonna head out to the botanics and make a little video, because a lot of you guys who are coming here to do the engagements or proposals to Edinburgh, you haven't probably even been in the botanics before, so for you it would be quite new, everything. So I have a little map with me, I'll be just kind of like, I have circled some spaces around where I want to go, and just show you some spots basically, and I'll kind of hopefully be able to attach the photo for you of some sort, like how I walked around the botanics and where did I go basically, and I'll mark the spots which I would be basically recommending. So that's kind of like my plan today. Weather is quite, a little bit, it is a little bit drizzle, it's June. Surprisingly it's super cold, spring we're having here. So but yeah, so let's just head out. So I'm here at very edge of the botanics, and I actually like this space, purely because it's kind of like, it's very quiet, this side is generally quiet space where you could just normally have a walk, and there are like, spaces around where you could just basically kind of like hide away, if you're thinking, to do maybe like a picnic type of thing, where you could just, put the blanket out, oh, let's sit down and have a lunch maybe here. So this is quite a good spot to do that. So you see over there, there's like little spots there. So that's us. Let's just head forward.
Check in.
So we're gonna head around the edge now. So there's also benches here, so you can just sit down here. Not necessarily you're gonna go on your knee here, but this is quite a nice, quiet space, spot. Very rare, like there's not many people coming up here, so this is kind of like good, if you want to just have a quiet walk. So I'm just walking quite fast now. So let's keep walking, to the next spot. So this is quite interesting spot here. So this is basically where the other gate is, further down there is the other gate, and we came from that side. So this is kind of like a crossroads here. So this, if you're coming from the other gate, you would be coming basically from there here kind of like thing, and I'll take you to the spot where the normally weddings are held, where the ceremony is, so you can have I really like that spot, you know, for the photos, and kind of like it looks nice basically. So you could walk around, but I normally say, okay, you can just come through here, so the road, and you're coming in here. It's quite nice spot. So it's quite nice and secluded, as you can see here around. So in theory you can just walk in, walk around. You can have your blanket here too, by the way. And then you have this spot, so it's quite nice, you know. Just do it right in the middle there, you know. You can walk up there, and you kind of like, okay, you know, you can just stand in the middle here, you know, look up, you know, that kind of like it's just a nice kind of like a spot around. I really like this place. See how kind of like a bench is there as well. You know, there is more like another path over there, so I'll take you over there. Let's go this way. So I'm just gonna kind of come out a little bit of here. So I mean, you can see here there's all sorts of like little pathways around, but I would not necessarily want you just to keep, you know, walking on these paths and try to find the spot. I mean, you know, you can endlessly walk around here basically. I mean, I don't know how you would explain to your girl that, oh, let's just go that way or this way. I mean, botanics are huge, you know, there are loads of possibilities where you could go and what you could do. But I would say, look, you know, I'll show you some, you know, key spots, and it's up to you to decide, you know, do you want to keep walking around, or do you want to stop in one of these spots and just, you know, do the thing. Again, there's more, you know, pathways over there. Right, let's walk around. So this is how they would normally exit the weddings, you know, through here. But yeah, I like that spot over there. It's quite nice. So let's keep walking. So there's like a nice tree as well. Again, it would be up to you to decide, you know, if this is something where you would want to do this. At the moment, during the lockdown and the COVID, you can see there are like strings around. In theory, you're not allowed, I think, to go across, but I think for a quick photo we could, you know, just, you know, kind of like get it done there. But probably that's not the spot where you're getting on your knee. That is kind of like a nice spot basically for the photos after. I'm gonna go to the waterfall part now. So this next area, it's quite nice as well. I like how you can walk around there. So let's just walk over there. Right, so I thought I was gonna make a quick stop here. So there's a nice spot here for photos. Technically you could propose here too. It's like a big tree. This is the entrance, the other entrance, not where I came, but that's the Inverleithrow entrance is on that side. So, but yes, there's a tree here. You could just go under it. It's quite nice there. And there's a bridge on that side, but that's more like for photos. So, and then on that side you can see it's all kind of like grassy and nice, but we're gonna walk behind it now. Right, let's walk around. So I want to show you a specific spot, you know, it's quite nice one as well to do the proposal. But this place can be busy with people. If the weather is good, there might be people around here, so it's not as quiet probably as those cedar trees. Let's find the way around this. So you can see it's quite like, you know, like nice all basically around. This way. So you know, oh, there's a fox. There's a fox in there. So basically, you know, this is quite a nice spot where the proposal already happened. We would come back here just to do the few nice photos, basically. I think it was this way, was it? So, I mean, again, loads of pathways, loads of ways to get to that spot. But basically what you're looking out for is the, well, at the moment is actually not working, as a waterfall up there. Normally it would be working, I'm not sure why it's not switched on yet. I hope it hasn't broken. Maybe it's just not switched on or something. But basically, yes, you have like a bridge here. You know, you cross the bridge. There's waterfall. You can kind of like look in it and okay, nice. Keep walking. And this is the spot. So like this, it's kind of like a little landing here. Kind of like up here from the bridge. So it's kind of like, you know, nice just to stop, you know, here, and if you want to, you know, if you want to do it, basically this is, you know, a possibility for you. In terms of myself, or where I would be in this situation, I'm probably gonna be, you know, somewhere either over there or over there, you know. I would just be mingling here with you, myself, most likely. As you would go up there on the bridge, I most likely would go around through the lower part and stay somewhere there, taking photos, of course, of flowers. So yeah, so I would become a botanical photographer for that day. So, but yeah, then you can just kind of like come down this way. So I just walk around and I'll take you through the backside. But yeah, so it's kind of like if I take the photos from elevation perspective, I would either try to jump on one of those rocks there, or I would be just simply somewhere kind of like here, so I can see you pretty well, you know, up on that landing. So like I said, there's definitely a possibility. This can be a little bit challenging, like I said, about the people. You know, if you want maybe a safer way to do it, maybe take her down from there and do it somewhere in there, kind of like a nice quiet spot over there, so you can do that there. There's also a nice tree, so you could go up there as well. But generally I would say, you know, try to do it over there. So either up on the landing or just take her down and do it basically somewhere here. Now I'll take you around. It's like a quiet place. So let's go. That's it. That's where we came through that cedar valley. So this is that nice tree there. So there's also a possibility behind here, as you can see there. Unfortunately, you can't go on steps anywhere now. During the, you know, they have locked down all those accesses. They can just kind of like walk through there. That's nice too. So people tend to walk around here. So this probably is quite a good spot as well. As you can see there, it's nice angle basically here. So you could be just walking and doing it here. I mean, normally, generally for proposal, you need a reason to stop. You know, you can't just like walk off, okay, stop, and boom, go down. Like that would be just a bit too confusing for her. Normally what happens is during these proposals, let's go back, couples would just basically walk, and find a reason to stop. So let's say with those cedar trees, you know, you have big trees, you stop there, you have a, you know, then, you know, the men normally have a little speech to start going basically. So in this case, you know, here, you know, you passed your waterfall, you can make a little stop over there, you know, so, or if you want to find a more quiet place, then you can just simply, you know, have a nice walk. So like here from the back side of here, you'll see there's like a road going around. See it here. So you can see how the path goes around. So in theory you could kind of like have a nice walk, chat, and just do it here. But here is very high likelihood you're gonna have people. You know, like you can see already people there. And it's morning, it's the first thing in the morning I came here, so expecting this to be super quiet basically, but you can see on this path people are already here, so they do walk around already here, so there's going to be less likelihood if you're going to do it up on the top by the waterfall. Right, let's walk around. I mean, there's also a path here through the woodland. So if you really want to get away from people, you could come through here. So it's kind of like really secluded. Very rarely people come in here because they would want to go to the waterfall. So yeah, so you just can, in theory, you could walk through here. So there's like a little, like a pond here. And basically they come through. The challenging part of this would be me actually capturing this, because the problem is there's loads of trees as you can see around, and for me it's not going to be easy to hide anywhere here. So it's kind of like nice. You can see there's like an area here a little, you know, to sit down. There's a little like a house behind there, you know, to see, so to go in, here. It's kind of cool, but you need to bear in mind that I'll need to be pretty close to you to actually capture this. So that's something, you know, I mean, in theory possible, but you will gonna have a lurking guy around. So if you are thinking to come maybe to this spot to propose, then we would agree that I'm gonna be in this spot already. So basically I would be like, okay, you know, I'm gonna wait for you in that opening there, pretend to be that flower photographer, and you just take her through here and I would just wait out. Right, we're heading back out to the Inverness side of the gate, and then I'm gonna take you to the next spot. Right, so that's where the actual gate is, right there basically. So you just walk around here, you get into this woodland, you're literally gonna just walk in there. Or you can take the path to the waterfall over there. So that's kind of like this side, and there is that pretty tree under there. In theory you can have like nice wander around and come back to this spot if you wanted, but it's entirely to you basically, guys, to decide which way. I'm gonna take you now to the middle and other side of the botanics just for you to see. Nice spot for photos. This is where normally wedding photos would be happening. This is where we came through from that quiet path at the beginning, and we are going now down. Right, so this is the kind of like your center path, the middle, the main path basically. So through this pass you can get from one gate to another. So you're going to your east gate, and then you're going to your west gate over there. So this is kind of like a crossroads around here. It's kind of like, just on a map, you know where I came from. So there is this path as well. There is this actually it's gonna take you to a Chinese kind of place. It's a possibility. There is a pond. It used to be a bit nicer in my opinion than what they have made now, but I'll still take you and I'll show you. So here it is. So this is your Chinese hillside basically. So they have like this at the moment there. I mean it's quite nice too. In theory again you can just take a seat on those benches, kind of like talk, and then just go just go down on your knee. Myself, I probably would try to hide there. When I would just literally sit over there, maybe there's like a little pond here, so it's kind of like it's a nice spot, you can definitely do it here, but bear in mind this place can get busy with people for sure. I'm actually quite surprised to see nobody at the moment here, because generally whenever I would be coming here for shoots, there would be always someone in here. But I quite, I like this space as well. There's like a little bridge. We're gonna go up there now. So you just basically walk around in a path there to get there. So it's one-way system. You can get on that only walking through that side. You can't enter through the other side. So it's kind of like we're gonna go up there and just walk through. But that's, I mean, in theory is nice, but the only thing is I would not see you properly on your knee if you would do it here, and I would be here basically, that kind of like area. So I think you probably best bet is just to do it over there. I'll take you out on a bridge, and if for example I'm following you, then if I'm following you, then I can just keep the distance and see how you get on if you want to go to do it on the bridge. Let's walk through to show you the bridge area. So you have actually two. You have one there and one there. Let's go on the top one. Let's say if you decide to do it, you could go up there and I stay down here. It's actually quite nice view. So basically that's another way to do it. Just do it here. Nice sound. So you can just quietly stop here. Look, it is nice like a waterfall. While she's looking, you step back, here on your knee, boom, you're done basically. So that kind of, and there's that other bridge, it's a little bit wider here. But you could, when you are arriving here, you could see, okay, which bridge has more people, has anybody up here or down there, and then make a decision where you want to be. So that's that. So that's another area. You're gonna walk through here. These both paths go parallel, I think, to each other, and then it just leads down. I think that's how it goes. Let's check that. There is another quiet place here, but I would probably not recommend you to come all the way up here. There's another bridge, by the way. So this is the top, actually, top landing. I'll take you down. I'll show you the top. It's like a third bridge basically up here. So another spot, with a higher elevation. Nobody here, so quite nice spot as well. Just to stop here, do the thing. I would just be basically over there quickly click done, your job is done basically. So let's go back down. So this is basically where we walked around to that Chinese garden place over there, and we came out of there basically. So now now we're gonna move to the middle kind of like section of the Botanic Gardens too. So that's one side is definitely covered. There's not that many spots on the other side. Actually, I need to take you to the pond. I need to show you that as well, but there's a really high likelihood that there will be kids there, so probably not the best spot for proposal, but I'm gonna show you anyway. So the guy who proposed last year, he literally took the girl around through all of those spots, like walking, and then he just came out here, and I think he was just fed up basically, and he decided, okay, let's just do it, and he just literally did it over there. So I think that he was just like, okay, I need to get this done, it's been a long time, you know, and he just felt that probably that, you know, botanics are coming to an end, there's not much more to see, I have to get this done. So hopefully now once you have seen those spots, you know, you're gonna have a good idea, okay, I want to do it there basically, you know, and you just straight away just go there basically kind of thing. So the moment on the pond there are no kids, but you know, something for you maybe to consider. It's kind of like nice, I like this view. Over there you do have that sign there, not the best. I mean, it's kind of like opening, another opening basically for you. We could come here for photos, but here, like I said, it's generally quite busy with people, so you would just need to see how you feel about that yourself. Okay? So we're gonna go to the other side basically of Botanics now. So basically, as you can see, is a massive open space here all around. Most likely you're not going to do a proposal here, but this is a good spot to throw the blanket down, you know, to sit down and just chill out. I think they're refurbishing that part. I think there's going to be a new building coming in there. So in the future, let's say if you're watching this many years after, this is basically something to be aware of. This place might be quite busy with construction. I can see they're definitely doing something in a greenhouse in there. So this used to be a really good spot to come in to do the shots, but I can see they have cleared some of the plants away already. So you would have come through here, and it's kind of little like a rainforest kind of thing to walk through. So they're probably going to reopen this at some point. But yeah, that used to be a spot here. I don't know, maybe in the future, let's say in 2-3 years, you know, from now, if you're watching this, there might be a possibility of that. But you can see it's like a big, you know, like open spot. There's no really reason to go there and stop. It's literally you're just walking through the bushes basically. It's kind of like, oh, nice flower there, nice flower there. I mean, if you want a nice quiet walk, in theory you could do it, you know, but probably not really the best spot. I was just gonna take you maybe up the hill, you know, if you're really a plant person, and then something for you. Actually, this time of the year, you know, now it's beginning of June, is nice, a lot of colorful kind of like trees and plants. By the way, if you need toilet, stop. Right, let me take you over there. So it's kind of like nice here as well. You can see there are like some openings there. There's a bench, you know, a little bit more secluded areas over there where you could just kind of like take, you know, I want to get to kind of like off path, you know, more quiet. You just walk basically through there. but then you're gonna end up on the other side anyway, but you're just gonna take more kind of like private route through there. So yeah, see how like these kind of like all the colorful places and bushes, yeah, where you could just go, just walk through. You can see people like drawing and stuff. So it's kind of like a top part here. So I mean, I take sometimes photos here, but this is not necessarily the place to propose. I mean, the decision is up to you. But yeah, let's keep walking. So, looks like a big refurbishment is happening here. So, this normally would be, well, it's not open, like it's open to public, but you need to pay to get in there. But you know, that's, I can see there is a lot of things that are happening around here. So probably you're not coming most likely to this side for proposal. I'm gonna take you to, so that's actually, when I showed you that pass on the other side and I said you would come out through here anyway, you would come out through there. Kind of like you would end up here. I mean, there is like a little kind of like a walk around place where you, in theory you could, probably not the most prettiest place to do it. You could potentially do it there. Again, you have kind of like a bench, you have a reason to stop, you know, get yourselves in the gear, you know, kind of like think of your little speech, have a chat, and just basically, you know, do it. But, you know, again, entirely up to you. And then you're ending up in this kind of like place. So behind there is like a vegetable kind of like. I'll take you through. I'm just gonna show you what's in there. Maybe another option for you to consider. It's kind of like all the gardens go kind of like on that side, and there's like a Queen Mother memorial basically garden is here. It kind of has a little maze, normally loads of kids in here. So if you're coming like in afternoon, lunchtime, be ready to see kids in here. So that's your maze in here, so you can just kind of like run through. It depends how fun you are, you know. You could make this fun, you know, if you're like quite adventurous. You could come here and say, okay, you know, let's do the hide and seek. One of you count like 1, 2, 3, 4, blah 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 blah. You know, she goes and hides, you get yourself in the gear and you kind of like walk through, you know, and try to find her and do it. I mean, that's just kind of like me, kind of like, oh, okay, that would be interesting. But, you know, how depends how fun you are. So basically, yes, you have kind of like that, and you have that maze basically, you know, around here. So that's something, you know, you could kind of like walk through maybe, you know, together. You know, there's a good reason to stop there. You know, you saw like, you know, building with little shells. You could come out of there and literally come in here, maybe stop, you know, have a little talk. I probably would hide in one of those basically corners in there, and you know, and do the proposal. The only thing what you need to be aware of that I won't see you. You know, when you go on your knee, I'm just gonna see your head. So basically, you know, it depends, you know, what you want to see in photos. But yeah, that's just a spot basically for you maybe to consider. Let's keep walking. So here we are right in the middle of the vegetable kind of like patch place. So we came from there. It's kind of like nice openings here as well. And then you have loads of benches like going that way. In theory, again, you can sit down on one of them. You know, there are no people. Take a seat or just have a small walk, you know, very slow, and just do it, you know. If you do it, you know, make sure that your body is facing this way, not that way, because otherwise I'm gonna see your back if I'm on this side. You know, be aware where I am as well. So kind of like, you know, as you walk, maybe peek around, see where I am, you know, make sure you kind of keep in mind, okay, he's there, you know, what angle I need to take to have the best kind of like shot. So you go on your knee when I'm over there, you don't go on a knee when I'm behind you, for example, because I'm not gonna see, I mean, I will obviously see her reaction, but I'm not gonna see you as on your knee. So basically that's that. So we have few spots still to go. I'll take you to the corner on the other side. It's kind of a little bit more wild place, and I need to take you over there on the top, and that would be kind of like the last stop over there. So let me take you through there. Let's walk just this way out. So this is kind of like your wild side. You can see it's a bit dark in there, but you could kind of like walk through here too. But you know, you need to bear in mind that this is the path where the people would take normally to get around. I'm just gonna go inside and I'm gonna show you what's behind there. So you can take more challenging path, and you can kind of like walk through there and you're coming out on that corner, or you can just stick on a normal path. There's like a little pond over there. Again, you could stop, you know, I mean, nothing special pond. Nothing much to see here. As you can see, it's a bit muddy here. This is like a frog pond, I call it. But, you know, another stop maybe. Then you have those. Then we come out, you know, this is the other side of the vegetable patch. We're actually at that entrance over there, but this is how this side looks like. So probably nothing much, you know, for you to do. That's quite nice. I like this as well. Look at that. It's like a little path on a bench. Talk about doing it, you know, more like secluded and private. I mean, people would be passing by here, but yourself is there. Oh, there's another bench. You can go further, you know. There's like a little tree, you know, you're there. I mean, that's quite nice too. I like that, you know. If you wanted to propose, let's say if she's sitting, you would try to propose kind of like with your body this way, not in front of her. So she would turn slightly to you, you know, organically. But yeah, basically that's how you could basically propose. Let's see if they are connected. So there's like a little path here and there. I mean, but this is like nice, kind of like a wild meadow type thing basically here. So like this is nice, you know. Come in here, have a little wander around. Let's just walk around here. Yeah, this is pretty. One more thing, as you can see, my face is already red. I've been like in a slow kind of like fast run here, walking through all these spots. Make sure you have a walking shoes on. You know, I mean, this is not exactly location where you would come when you would come in your high heels. So another thing for you to, you know, to consider what you're wearing basically. And generally, actually, you know, talking about what to wear for proposal shoots. For you guys, you know, I understand it can be quite challenging, you know, to tell your girl, okay, wear something nice, you know, that would be a bit suspicious for her. So, you know, if you're planning to come, you know, to Botanics, you could say we're going to Botanics, you know. You know, if you want to do this as a picnic, you can bring your picnic stuff with you, maybe a bag or something. If, you know, she could wear, you know, possibly, you know, let's say, you know, she's in some sort of like a walking shoe, sneakers or something like that. Not necessarily she's gonna come to Botanics wearing, you know, her evening gown here. I highly doubt that would happen. So, you know, in terms of what to wear nice, you know, just I always say, you know, just wear normal clothes, basically, it's fine. I've had a couple of situations where the girls will be, oh, I wish I would know this is happening, I would wear something nice. Well, you can wear something nice for your evening dinner, basically. So, you know, I mean, it's up to you, it depends. Some girls just really like to dress up for anything, basically. So you could say, oh, we're gonna have nice walk around the Botanics, you know. You could say we might have a meal maybe in the Botanics as well. So she thinks, oh, okay, I need to dress something maybe a little bit nicer, you know, kind of like give a little idea for her that this might be nice. So it's entirely up to you, you know, how you're gonna convince her. So, you know, some couples are like, we're just like this, you know, that's how we spend our days basically together, and whatever works, you know, perfectly fine by me, you know. It's entirely up to you, you know. I'm just here to photograph your personalities, basically. But yeah, you know, kind of for yourself, you know, you're probably not gonna come here wearing a suit, you know. She would be questioning why you're dressed like that, basically. Wear just something, you know, nice and smart, you know, and it will do the trick. Make sure whatever you're wearing, it is easy to hide the ring away in it. You don't wear something like super tight jeans, for example, or, you know, I had a situation with a guy and he was like so nervous that she's gonna see the box, basically, because he couldn't hide it anywhere. It was a very tight jacket on him, very tight jeans, and I was like, oh my god, what he's gonna do. But luckily he proposed her like very early on, just because of that reason. He had it, you know, in inside pocket, basically, the ring box. So think about, you know, the box, basically, and will she gonna see it, you know, what she's gonna wear, how you gonna hide that, basically, walking around. Because bear in mind, you might be here, you might be walking around for, you know, fair bit of time, basically. Anyway, so where we came, so we are at the map now, so you can look at that. So we came in here, then we straight away walked around all the way here. So this was that quiet place. Then we walked around here. This is that crossroad. So you have that east and west gate. We walked here. This is your cedar place here with those big trees. Then we backed out. We went all the way. Where did we go? Yeah, we walked here, and we walked all the way around. So we saw the fox, there is that fountain here, there is that opening where we were, then we went back. This is that back road, actually like a cedar, and that back road actually connected. And here is that very secluded, quiet place with that little pond and that little house. We came back out here, then we walked back, we came down here, went to that Chinese garden all the way here, walked around here, went on a second bridge, then we went on a third bridge on a top, then we went down, and then we walked all the way around up here, then we walked down here, we saw the pond, came back, then we came to that kind of like big opening place, then we walked here, toilets, back up here. Actually no, we didn't go up there. We came here and then we went back, walked all the way around there. So this kind of like walk here, walked in, there's that maze, came back out, came here, went through, actually came more like there, then came out here. This is that wild side basically, garden. And then we came here and now we are here. Now we're gonna go up here. I want you to take this kind of like a fountainy place, show you that, and I'll take you around through the top side, so like what's here, and we're gonna come back out here again basically. So that's the plan. Okay, let's go. So, actually, quite nice spot. That's the road where we came up. You come and there's like a fountain with a little statue. I really like how this actually looks like. You know, you could just walk around there, you know, stop here, and I could easily, you know, be there or something. You know, I could be here or we could meet up here and we literally circle around. You go from one side, I'll go from other side. I come out here and you do the thing. So that's definitely a possibility. So that's kind of like back entrance to the cafe in there. But you could come here, you know, have your penny basically, throw it in. I think you're allowed to do that here. So that's where the cafe is, in there. But yeah, you could kind of like spend a little bit time here, walking around, kind of like, okay, you know, tararara, have your little speech here, and just do it on your knee, you know. And I would try to be myself either there or there, depending where you are, just to make sure you are in that angle basically. So when you do it like, you know, kind of like this way. So, you know, whatever, whichever way you're gonna do it. Maybe try not, if you see, for example, a van there, try not to pick the angle that way. So that means you would be proposing stopping and doing it here, facing like, you know, her that way, but I'll be shooting that way. So I don't have a view of that. Or you would be proposing her possibly here, you know, where we have that view at the back. Or, you know, so you focus on that view or that view, okay? So that's that. I mean, probably in all the craziness, you know, during the proposal, you're not gonna pay attention to that. You're just gonna go down on your knee and that's it, basically. You're not gonna be like, okay, where is the photographer, what angle? I'll try to find my angle myself, basically. When I feel like, okay, you're kind of like ready to go, you know, we just do it. And now I'm just gonna try to find my, you know, myself in the right spot. So that's that. And then there's kind of like another opening, kind of like here. Right, so now we need to go around through the top side. So I'm gonna kind of like take you around. It's kind of like your top circle. So we went through the bottom one and now we're walking through the top one. There's possibility of one spot on the other side I might want to show you, but yeah, other than that we're pretty much basically done. I have walked through pretty much all the botanics. I mean, you have loads of possibilities, you know, walking a path and stuff like that, you know, off path. We need to bear in mind, you know, will I gonna be able to keep up with you, you know. Oh, there's a water going. We need to watch out. I don't know if I can get through there. Can I? Or maybe I can't. Yeah, it looks like I can't. There's the water sprinklers going. So quite a lot of work is happening in botanics today. Loads of like gardeners out and doing stuff. Right, we'll try to escape these two things. Hopefully I'm not going to be covered in water now. Let's walk through. Woo! Right, so that's that. So we're walking through the top side. So it's kind of like, this is kind of like a Himalayan side. You have kind of like those things there, you know. Again, a possibility to get off path. We need to keep in mind how far I am. I'll be following you, kind of like, you know, 30 meters behind you, something like that, you know, 30, 20 meters. Not too far, just in case if you do go down on your knee, I can still capture it very well. But yeah, that's another spot. Then there is like kind of like this part, but that's all in cage at the moment, so it's not the best there. I tend to be a little bit quiet up here as well. There's Edinburgh Castle view. I'm gonna take you there. Actually, so you have this part goes around, but you're gonna go just on the top there. There's like a lot of seating areas. That's other side of the cafe, basically. So yes, so you see, so that is the cafe, that's the building from other side. Fountain is on other side of that. In theory you could just walk through it basically, but you know, you can walk. So yeah, so it's quite nice. You have all these benches here, view is that way. On an Edinburgh Castle view you have kind of like, you know, you have hills there. You can definitely could sit down here basically. So this is also the next one. So yes, so basically you have a castle over there. You know, quite often I would be doing portraits here. So with the view kind of thing basically. So we could spend, you know, you could spend a little time up here, you know, see if, okay, I could possibly do it here maybe. Need to bear in mind how many people would be sitting on these benches basically here. And then we're pretty much by the exit. That's kind of like cool here. So I hope that gave you a good idea, you know, what are the possibilities, where could I go, what could I do basically in, you know, in these locations. If you're planning your proposal, you know, I have a few more videos about different locations around Edinburgh. I'll be doing quite a bit more probably during this summer, covering more locations, more kind of like secret places around Edinburgh where you could go. But this is your botanics, you know, it's quite requested location. So I hope this was quite helpful for you to decide where could you go, what could you do. You know, if you are thinking to do it here, potentially, you know, you could screenshot the spot from the video and say, okay, I really like idea of this basically. Let's just go, you know, and do it basically over there, and I would know where is the spot, and I would just literally wait for you to arrive to that spot basically. That's kind of like, I like that here. Photos, nice background. People are quite low, so you're not gonna have, you know, people in the background. So yes, so get in touch, you know. Tell me your ideas, you know, tell me your plans, how you want to do it, you know, and things like that. See if I can maybe help you or guide you with anything. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and that's us. That's Edinburgh Botanic Gardens covered. See you later. Thank you. Bye. By the way, quickly before I go, that is where the restaurant area is, you know, like up there, but at the moment it's all shut, so I don't know, maybe in a few years this thing is all reopening again. Well, it will, so you're gonna have more access to that as well, but that's probably not really to actually propose. This is later for you to have a meal, maybe sit down, you know, something like that, have a coffee. That's quite a good place to do it up there, and the food is nice. Right, so that's it. Right, bye bye.